CSL minister in, I believe, Santa Fe, Albuquerque, anyway, up there. And he said, wouldn't it be great if every day we would say, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here today. Did you know you're one with God for eternity? Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here with me. You're not a stranger anymore. Now you're family. And I said, that's a song. So we made a song. So welcome, welcome. I'll help you with it. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here with me. Woo! Welcome, welcome. We accommodate everyone here.
Welcome to the Sinister Committee, Greater Dayton, and we're really glad that you made it here today. Today we have
That gives you more control. You're fine? Okay, I'm not going to do that because I'm married. I know not to do stuff.
There you go.
All right, I'm trying to really loud now. Just wanted to say welcome everyone, and I'm so glad you made it here. Okay, we have announcements next.
And once again, welcome everyone. I'm glad you're here. We have Armand and Angelina, and here are our announcements. Our fundraising campaign continues for our wheelchair access bathroom remodel. Please write bathroom fund on your check or on your tithe envelope if you're putting cash in there. And watch the squirrel climb the tree on our display as it continues to grow. Now that squirrel really wants to get up there and play. However, I appreciate all the donations that have come in thus far. You are one of the most generous congregations there are, so give yourself a hand. Next, we have morning reflections, which is every weekday morning from 8 to 8:30 via Zoom. There'll be a reading from the Four Agreements by Miguel Ruiz. After a few minutes of silence, there will be a sharing about the reading. Pop in anytime, any day to participate. For more information on that, see Andy Hahn. Where's Andy? Okay, chair yoga. Chair yoga is awesome. We've been doing chair yoga on Tuesdays and Thursdays from like 11 to 11:45, and then they do chair yoga Wednesday evening just before the meditation. So if you want to get in shape, move those muscles, see us here on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11. On Mondays and Fridays, we do Tai Chi and then following Qigong, which my body craves Tai Chi and Qigong. So, and that's also from like 11 to noon. Meditation every Wednesday night from 7 to 8. If you have any questions, see Teresa Napke, who's sitting back over there. Let's see. Okay, today, Armand and Angelina's inspired message is going to be very inspiring for us. After the service, they will be offering their flute play shop. And we're going to meet like over here in the corner. Okay. And so if you've never played a flute, you can play a flute. Show up.
No musical talent necessary.
Thank you.
They are tuned to themselves.
Okay. Group of gals, are you meeting today, Chris? Okay. Group of gals will probably be in the social hall?
No.
Okay. They're meeting in the adult room. Okay. All Saturday, May 8th, we have potluck craft and game night. It's from 6 to 8:30. Love offerings are accepted, and those love offerings that you donate go to the bathroom fund. Then we have our sound bath, which is Saturday, May 16th. That's from 6:30 to 7:30. Please arrive by 6:20 so you can get settled in, especially if you're going to lay on the floor. Drum circle led by Douglas Bluefeather. It will be Tuesday, May 19th from 6 to 7:45. Love offerings are encouraged. Please arrive 5 to 20 minutes early to get set in. If you don't have a drum, they have plenty. They have plenty that you can use. I'm just going to call Gene up here to talk about Eat, Play, Love. Come on, Gene. Use that one.
One size fits all.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Oh, okay. So, I gotta get my breath. So, we are in the season for your Eat, Play, Love fundraisers. We've had a couple goodies. Coming up in May 23rd, Pilgrims to Milford to walk a really amazing labyrinth. And there will be food here provided, and there'll be people transporting to Milford, which is one of the best labyrinths around, and exploring. We have a mound here in the Dayton area that's very historic, and there'll be a picnic. It may be a vortex. I may have made that up, but it's amazing to climb up there. And there'll be a picnic. So these are events. More details in the paperwork. Coming in June, that was May 30th on a Saturday. They'll be getting in touch with your angels and spirit guides. Will be the first one in June the 6th here at the center. More details and paperwork on the table, or you can see me. Thank you.
Thank you, Gene.
Thanks, Jean.
Also, a reminder, the first Saturday of the month, you will meet Teresa Napke here at 9 a.m. to do yard work. And I think Teresa has something to say.
I just want
Share it, girl.
to bow down to my, can you all stand up for me? And Linda and Heather, these people came out yesterday. They did an awesome job. Heather did that whole big tree up front. Just did that, it's unbelievable. These two, I bow to you. You got the lawnmower going. I got rid of all the weeds under the tree out there. Trees, I don't know if you noticed. But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you. And Andy, I know you'll be back one day. I hope. We need you for that weed pulling, let me tell you. Anyway, thank you all, and I appreciate you. First Saturday of every month, 9 to 1.
Thank you, yeah.
Okay, where was I here? Oh, we're looking for volunteers to help with our youth, the small children, maybe the older children too. To give one Sunday a month or every other month to go back there and open up your inner child and have fun. So if that's something that's like tickling your nose right now, see me, and then I'll have you fill out the paperwork for the background check, and we'll get going. So yeah, let's see. Our spiritual director, Linda Smith, has office hours here. She's here Monday and Tuesdays. Call her at 937-671-1927 to set up an appointment to meet with her. Am I missing something? I feel like I am.
I forgot to thank the Towels for donating the money for the.
Thank you, Towels.
For donating the money for the.
Oh, wow. Yeah, thank you.
I think that's it. Okay, you're right, darling.
Okay. All right, I'd like to introduce people who are here with us today. Armand is an award-winning songwriter and inspirational speaker whose enthusiastic presence inspires us all to love life passionately. Angelina's angelic and heart-opening voice draws from many languages. She is classically trained at Indiana University and was formerly with the Epcot Center. They are international performers using songs, stories, and humor to remind us now to open our hearts and remember that we are meant to experience heaven on earth.
good to see you all. It's been about a decade since we were here on a Sunday, and we are delighted to be back. We thought we were in the wrong place because the stage was here.
That's right.
So that tells you how long ago it's been since. Raise your hand if you were with us 10 years ago here. Okay, wonderful. Wonderful to be back. We love this place and we're so glad we're reconnected. Just delightful to be back. We had 13 wonderful beings at our concert last night and 14 pairs of feet. That's a riddle. That's a riddle. There was one for a lady. Okay, I was very confused. I wasn't thinking, well, what the heck? All right, so let's do a couple of joy songs, get us kind of excited and moving. This song was inspired by Gandhi, I guess. We went to the Gandhi Museum in South Houston, and when I was in there, I was realizing how New Thought he was, even though we don't often associate New Thought with Gandhi. But when I saw the teachings of Gandhi, it was like, yeah, very, very New Thought, because you don't have to claim something to know you're a part of it, right? Okay, the spirituality.
Show them what you get.
Well, they said you can have one of these bracelets, Be the Change, Peace on Earth. I got one of each of them because I like all the sayings. I look at them, and they don't die. They just last forever. So this song, the words are very simple if you want to sing along with us. Singing is always optional. It's not a clothing optional facility. It is a singing optional facility. I just want to make sure nobody gets confused when you hear that word optional. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Have you ever said, I'll have peace when that happens, and then you find it doesn't work? Okay? I'll finally find myself when these circumstances occur. It's all an inside job. First, you can't wait for the outside to happen. Okay, let's do it. We'll teach it to you, and then you can join us. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Like the Macarena, we got hand movements. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. All right, got that, we got that going now. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. If every journey begins with a single step, I'm taking my first step now. If we are to be the change that we want to see, I'm changing myself now. Always a good place to start, the one in the mirror. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Although don't get a little funky. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Instead of waiting for there to be peace on earth, make peace within you now. Yo, 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 don't wait for peace to come. Be the change you want to see.
Woo!
Gandhi said that, yo.
Yeah.
I know we have at least one person here for the first time. Anybody else here for the first time? Okay, please give the regular team a second chance and come back next week. We get a little nervous when somebody's first experience in the center as far as us, but anyway. We're delighted. So how many people saw the movie The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel? Wonderful movie. For you folks that didn't see it, good family movie, good for us seniors. It's all about senior citizens. And they decided to get out of the big city and find a place more peaceful, so they decide they're going to move to India. They're going to go from London to India and relax, you know. And when they get there, they find out that the place didn't exactly match the brochure. You people that were married once before, you know what that's like. And so they were very upset. And so they would complain a lot. But the young man, I believe he was a very science of mind type person, even if he didn't know it. He would always say something like, everything will be okay in the end. And they would say, well, yeah, okay, but it's not okay now. He goes, that's all right, it's not the end. And I went, oh my God, that's such a good philosophy. It's a very new thought philosophy. Everything's in divine order. This too shall pass. Everything will be okay in the end. So we started using that with each other when either of us got stressed. Everything will be okay in the end. Okay, thank you. And then I started singing it one day. And I went, that's a song. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay,
It's not the end.
it's not the end. Hello. Welcome. By the way, you know what time it is? It's now, the perfect time to be here. That's the only time you could have ever gotten here, no matter what. Thank you. I love it when you say that, people go, oh God, I'm going to get in trouble from the teacher. You know, they say, no trouble. All right, everything will be okay in the end, and it's not okay. By the way, this ensemble is exquisite.
Yeah.
I got to give it ensemble. By the way, I don't wear this just anywhere. We got to tell you, you're inspiring me to tell a story. Tell the story about it.
So Armand got this suit on Amazon and he loved it, right? He said, I'm going to wear this Sunday mornings. I'm like, well, it might be a bit much to wear on a Sunday morning. So I said, maybe just put black pants and the jacket will calm it down a little bit, right?
So I bought the black pants, and she was right. It looked very nice. It looked a little more orderly, and I would start to wear that. I said, well, here's the deal, honey. When we go to a place where we know we've been there before and we know I can get away with it, and I read the whole thing. And obviously, this is the place. And so I said, wow. When I put this on, I go, oh my God, it's my ADHD mind in and out. This is what goes on with me constantly. It's just doing that. All right,
So
so.
you were lucky today to get the full.
Woo, we like it.
Black pants.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew this was the right thing. Anyway, everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. A little cultural appreciation. Y'all are going to do something brand new today. Here we go, here we go. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Nothing in this universe will ever last. So if you're feeling low, this too shall pass. Because everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. We're gonna shout la la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Every happy song needs some sha la la, right? Sha la 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 la. Sha la 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 la. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day. Even when the darkness seems to hide your way, after every night, a brand new day. A brand new day. A sunny Kettering day. Woo! Here we go. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Just the audience.
Everything will be okay at the end. If it's not okay, then it's the end. La 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 la. La 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 la.
La 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 la. secret you're still gonna take. That's okay, God. Everything will be okay. Yeah. If it's not okay, it's not the end. Just the audience.
Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end.
It's not the end. So if you don't like the weather, wait a day. It's not the end. Can't believe people only want to talk about politics these days. It's not the end. It's not the end. So we're going to move into a meditative time now. We'll do a simple chant. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. And then we'll move into a meditation. Music. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. Peace I am, peace in every moment, peace in every moment, peace I am. And as we melt into that peace, we invite you to close your outer eyes and quiet the mind, relax the body. As we listen to the voice inside us that knows that all is well. The eternal part of us that was here before and will be here after, that observes us playing our part in this movie called life. Allow the music now to guide you on your very own sacred journey into the peace of the one mind. Very gently now, begin to bring your attention to your physical body, your chair, this sacred sanctuary where we come to remember and to remind each other our beauty, innocence, and oneness with all of life. Thank you, Great Spirit. Father, Mother, God, Goddess, all it is, one mind. And so it is. All is well. All is well. God is balanced. All is well. There's perfection everywhere. All is well. Deep breath in and out.
All right. Well, our message today is called Getting High on God. And we're going to talk about getting high and raising our joy to get those happy drugs that we're looking for.
That's right, we're going to be talking about happy drugs and how they are available inside our brain at all times, just waiting for us to stimulate them. As a matter of fact, Angela and I travel the country. We're on the road about 210 days a year now. It used to be 270 till my wife reminded me that even God rested one day a week. And we're distributors of this happiness. We feel that we are goodwill ambassadors of happiness. So that kind of makes us happy drug dealers.
It's important about how you say that.
As a matter of fact, somebody called this lesson Getting High with God, and I guess that could be good too, but I just can see that name on Facebook. Show me up, you guys. Oh, it's all one. It's all one God. Okay, so my favorite of all time way to get high is to be around other people that allow me to be fully self-expressed, which is exactly what this environment is all about. And this is not just a feeling. They have proven scientifically that things like oxytocin and dopamine and serotonin and endorphins are stimulated when you're in environments around people that you know, love, and accept you. When you hug and touch as well, you get extra dosages of it. I don't know if this is true, but I heard that a hug that lasts 6 seconds, which is rare, you don't normally do it that long, but you get about 6 seconds there, and you have an extra little shot of oxytocin, which is a drug in your brain to make you feel more connected. Don't we want more of that? The opposite of that is the news. I'm not saying it's bad. There's a time and a place for everything. We talked last night. Sometimes it's important to know what's going on in the world so you can know where to send your prayers and treatments. Okay, that's good. But those kinds of environments, when you're watching how disconnected we appear on the outside, that will deplete your happy drugs. So we always say, if you're going to get depleted, you got to charge back up. Call a friend. We like to watch the comedy news. I don't know, for some reason, while I'm distressed over what's going on, I'm laughing at the way they're talking about it. We typically watch Jon Stewart on Monday night, and I go, I used to like Jon Stewart. Now I need Jon Stewart. All right. So that oxytocin, yeah. So I remember I used to be a youth director, and I would go to some of the youth some of the rallies, and we would be singing for the youth. There used to be one in Georgia, the Eastern Conference. It was called the Center for it was Science of Mind Conference, I think, at that time. But the Center for Spiritual Living, and I think that's where I might have met Reverend Cece, and I'm pretty sure that's where I met Kenny Rice, who was the initial person that brought us into the church, the center here. And so we would work with the youth, we would work with the youth with unity, and I would come back from these retreats being around these teenagers that were so full of life, and I would say, oh my God, I'm floating.
And connected with each other, like they really see.
They get it.
They get it. Yeah, they get it.
They don't have as much programming to undo. And we would be like floating, and so I wrote this song, and it's called I Get High on Loving You. And that is exactly what happens when you give love. There's that song Nation Born, to give love and get love in return. That is a natural high. So this is I Get High on Loving You, and it's a call and response. And there's even some hand movements Angelina will teach you, because we're into getting the entire body involved. All right, let's do it.
tools on how we get high. So, we like in the mornings to do a gratitude list and meditation. Because it starts our day off with that inner joy and that inner peace I know I'm looking for. And so I found with meditation, as I've gotten older, it's not like I want meditation, it's more like I need meditation. For some reason, I have anxiety that I didn't know I had before, but it's up now. And so the meditation like calms me and gets me in that space of inner peace.
I learned in the Barbie movie, especially for ladies, it gets more when you get older. Right? That's what the girl told Barbie. I trust that movie. So yeah, anytime you can just settle down and get into the truth of who you are, as simple as that. And you think about all the different parts of our body that are functioning and how we bring our attention to the one that's not as comfortable. That's fine to look for how you're going to heal that and all that. But let's think about all the things that are working right as well. And that's going to just keep your spirits high and also create more chemicals. Let's see what else we got about chemicals. Grounding. Being barefoot, they say, or in natural material shoes can also help you.
They say we live in a cement world, right? Everything's cement. And so we've lost that grounding feeling of feeling one with the earth. And so that's what they say. They say take your shoes off and get your feet in the dirt, in the ground, and it'll bring you more energy.
Yep. And serotonin, I think, is one of the things you get is from doing the ground. That's the other. The four drugs we're going to talk about is the DOSE, D-O-S-E, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And they all get stimulated different ways, and some do more than others. And I think meditation might be one of the ones that all four of them are stimulated, especially if you're meditating in a group, then you're going to get extra oxytocin and all that. So we decided we would buy one of these grounding mats, because we're in the house a lot, and even though I'm barefooted, it's still, cement and all that. You're not getting the nice connection. And so we got the grounding mat, and it was inexpensive, and you have it plugged into the ground switch of anybody got grounding mats at all? You plug it into the ground switch, so there's not electricity, it's just grounded with your house. And supposedly, if you sleep with your feet on it or whatever, it's going to be like being in nature, because we were born to kind of sleep out in nature on the ground and get those grounding chemicals, serotonin and things like that.
And it's supposed to help with inflammation and pain.
Yeah, because the body knows what to do. We just have to give it the stuff that helps it to do what it does, right? I started doing cold plunges. Any cold plunges out here? I started doing cold plunges a few years ago, and people go, I can't believe you're into that. I said, oh God, no, I'm not into that.
Right.
I'm into the results. Who's into cleaning dishes after dinner? We're into the results. And working out and tearing muscle, which is what a lot of bodybuilding is. We're not into that necessarily. We're into the results, And,
but he's committed to that because, we stay in hotels. Like even last night we stayed in a hotel and he will fill the bathtub up and get ice from the ice maker, or we go out and buy ice. And he does that, like, not just when we're at home. He does it when because it really works.
I'm not into it. It's because it works. It stimulates me.
Now, he says I should do that, or at least put the cold water on a shower. Like, no, I can't do that. But I do it for my hair because I hear it's good for your hair. So I just kind of put my head back and just let the cold water go to my hair. That's it.
I bet you'll little that cold water gets on your scalp and it stimulates a little. I call cold plunges the alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic medicine, right? And sleep. That's another great thing. Making sure you get enough sleep so your body can replenish itself. That's another wonderful way to get serotonin and things like that. So if you look at yourself being cranky during the day and you go, did I get a good night's sleep last night? Oh, all these drugs are available at any time just to kind of snap in. So we decided to put the grounding mat out, and our kitty cat could totally feel it. Got right on it, right on it. So I said, is it the grounding mat or is it the square? So I unplugged it. Exactly the same thing happened. And so it was not that. I was thinking, oh my God, the cat is barefooted all day long, much of the time of which is outside. It does not need the grounding mat. Plugged in or plugged out. So I put it under my desk. So
and you lays on it under your desk?
He does. He lays on it. Let's see what else. Just being out in nature, is really great for serotonin and things like that. Nature, the sun, and we try. Angelina's not really a morning person. So, but I kept hearing more and more things that were guiding me to get out in the morning sun as soon as you can. It kept saying, like, don't even have your cup of coffee necessary. Let nature be the cup of coffee a little bit, and then you have your cup of coffee as well. But allow nature to stimulate you the way, and all of this seems so wonderfully animal in a way, like just our animal nature would get up in the morning when the sun came up, and our animal nature would sleep on the ground at night. So there's a part of us that are always going to be this human animal, and these things seem so natural.
Well, then there's birds that come out in the morning. They're so wonderful. And one morning, we're sitting outside, and I looked up in the tree, and there was a raccoon, like a baby raccoon up in the tree. So like, there's so much out there that we don't really see, and we miss because we keep so busy.
I think he had been out drinking the night before. He couldn't make it to his house, so he climbed up in our tree and slept. And it was there for a long time. This raccoon right above us. But the morning.
I wonder what he was thinking when he saw us.
I don't know.
What were those thoughts? Right.
So yeah, these wonderful gifts. I read a book. Like we do this talk, and we did this talk in Port Charlotte last June, and somebody came up to me and says, "Oh, you must have read the book Dose, the Dose Effect." And I go, "No, I didn't read the book The Dose Effect. It's just stuff that I picked up over time." And they go, "Well, there's a book on exactly what we're talking about, and yet it's way more elaborate than what I'm talking about, The Dose Effect." But that's where I got it. And
But before we start into that, I just want to say one more thing to help us keep that high in the make your home your sanctuary. Because life may be stressful, you can be coming home from work having a rough day or whatever, but when you can open that door to your home and just have that sigh of, oh, I'm home, I feel so much better. So it can be however you would make your sanctuary. Like ours, we like colors. So like we have a room that has a fuchsia wall, a turquoise wall, well, kind of like this church. The center. So I know when we walk in, I feel so much joy and happiness because we have all our things we love. In our travels, we buy a lot of pictures, put on the wall and stuff like that. So find what makes your sanctuary. It could be plants, it could be, whatever that is, because that to me is such an important thing so that we can keep that high joy feeling.
I'm imagining that endorphins and serotonin would be released when you felt that kind of calm, peace connected to your home like that. So there's so many of these wonderful ones out. The guy in the Dose book, he says, I like to do things that stack the drug. I like to stack my drugs. And he says one of the things that stacks like all four of them is massage. So you get the oxytocin, you get the serotonin, especially if it's a little bit of a deep tissue massage, because then you're going to get extra endorphins from the pain. If you ever notice that you're like, that really hurt, but that really felt good? It's both. It's both. The pain, your body, and cold plunges, for anybody who's done cold plunges, the first minute is really uncomfortable, and then you get this rush of endorphins, and then it's not, like people say, how can you be in water for 10 minutes? It's that painful. I said, the reason we think that water for 10 minutes is painful is because we get the hell out way quicker if ever we're in something that cold. But if you didn't, and you get through the first minute, then the endorphins go in there to protect you, and they start to strengthen you, and they go, oh my goodness, this person is possibly going to get hypothermia. We better strengthen their organs. We better strengthen their blood vessels. We better get them strong. We better give them some endorphins so they stay awake and don't fall asleep. And then you get to have all that benefit when you get out. And the things that are really uncomfortable sometimes are the ones with the best benefits. Okay, you have to work through the discomfort. So he said,
I always have to do a disclaimer when we talk about like joy and high and feeling happy all the time. It's really there are moments when we're angry, disappointed, or whatever that. It's really good to feel those feelings because we always say, joy, joy, joy. We don't really feel what those other feelings are that we do need to feel. So if you are disappointed or sad, cry, because that releases that emotion and that feeling so that you can not get stuck by that and get to the joy, that true joy that we're really looking for.
Absolutely, thank you, because that is a good disclaimer. We tend to talk about joy a lot and realize that joy is not our only emotion. It may be where we want to end up, but we don't want to always go joy. We talked about Inside Out in the concert last night, the Pixar movie, Inside Out. She was having struggles. Her name was Joy. She was having struggles. Joy was her little voice inside of her head. And Joy said none of the other kids were not allowed to talk. Only Joy's allowed to talk. And she was struggling. And it wasn't until she got to know sadness and despair and grief. She got to know them a little bit more. And then she was able to have a higher level of joy. So we still get to go back to joy, but we have to work through it sometimes by allowing ourselves to feel and experience those other emotions. So another way he likes to stack the drugs is he says, go through a walk in nature, preferably in natural material shoes, sandals or something, or barefoot, with other people, singing while you're going down the trail. And then you're getting the oxytocin, you're getting the dopamine, you're getting serotonin, you're getting endorphins, all those different ways to
Right.
get
So oxytocin is a good one to talk about.
It's the love, they call it the love hormone.
Right. So they did a study with dogs and cats that say when you pet a dog and they want more, come here, Armand, come with me. So you like pet the dog like this, right? And you stop petting them and they nudge for more. Cats do it too. It's because they're getting that oxytocin and they want more of that. So it's like, please give me more. That feels so good.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And we just saw something about cats with the oxytocin that it's actually kind of like connecting. But they when they both get the oxytocin, it's like they crave that, and that's why they
Crawl in bed with you. Anybody got a cat that will crawl in bed with them? They're there for the drugs. They like you, but they're there for those happy drugs. And it showed this whole wonderful loop between the oxytocin, between the cat, and older cats. Like our cat is a senior. He's 17 and a half, which makes him about 86 in human life. And he's been more and more and more affectionate and coming up and sleeping between us. Like I can't even hug my wife anymore. But that it's like they're saying, I want to, I'm getting older. I want to show you how much I love you even more, and I want to get more and more of that wonderful oxytocin. So these things are just there all the time, and most of them, when you think about them, kind of make sense. Don't you feel better when you're out in nature? Don't you feel better when you get the morning sun before it gets too bright and too, well, you don't have as much problems as we do in Florida, but even like 9, we have to be in by 9 usually, or the sun is really hot. So we try to get out there by 7:15, 7:30, get that morning sun, and it does have a similar effect as caffeine does to kind of wake you up and that kind of stuff.
Right. So serotonin is that happy drug, makes you happy and your well-being. And they say a way to get that is drink water, right? Because and it hydrates you, and it's not only good for your physical body, but for your mental and emotional body as well.
So yes, and then there's my drug of choice, which is dopamine. Dopamine is the pleasure drug, okay? Dopamine, you get a bunch of dopamine when you ride roller coasters, okay? When you play.
Well, some of us.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Right. My wife gets cortisol and stress hormones that make you less healthy. So you have to be careful with that. But yeah, things that make you feel good. I went through a period during COVID when we weren't able to do what this is, and I was stressed out and I felt purposeless. I was like, oh my gosh, my job went away. And I remembered Wayne Dyer. Wayne Dyer was my gateway to New Thought, okay? In 82, I graduated University of Miami with a pre-med degree that I never used. Anyway, I got my pre-med degree, and when I left the bookstore, it said, seniors get 50% off all books. And I remember my dad being into New Thought kind of stuff. It's like, I'm okay, you're okay, and I got your erroneous cells and pulling your own strings. And I was 21, and I started reading this stuff, and I went, oh my God, that resonates with me so much. And at one point, Wayne said, you are not your body. You are not your job. You are not all the things that you think that make you you. Your you is way bigger than that. That's just the stuff you're doing in this game, okay? And he said, if you think you are what you do, then when you don't, you aren't. And I was like, hey, that's so true, but I never realized I was doing it until I was almost 60 years old, and then COVID happened, and then I felt like I wasn't. So I had done exactly what I said I would never do, think that I was a musical minister. That's who I was. And then when I couldn't do it, I was depressed. So I had to work through that. And there was pain involved. And there was depression involved. You know, depression is often called deep expression. And this is my theory about deep expression in grief. Go there, baby. There are lessons there. Just don't buy property. Go there and feel it and let yourself move through it and ask for the lessons, like it inside out. Ask what sadness, ask what despair has for you. Ask what are you trying to teach me? Ask what anger. Anger gets a bad rap because we associate anger with rage. Rage is the shadow of anger. Motivation is the light of anger. If you want to think of anger in a positive sense, think of anger as divine discontentment. You ever been with a person or at a job that wasn't quite right for you and you felt a little discontent? That was your inner anger inspiring you to get out of that situation. Find something else. Yes, rage and violence and all that thing, but all those are usually a result of people not dealing with their anger or not actually listening to the message. So all those things can actually, not dealing with your stuff can actually deplete your happy drugs. And we don't want to do that. So real quickly, because we got to finish up pretty soon, in New Thought, I learned so many fabulous tools that raised, I would say it raised my vibration, but it actually raised my vibration and it gave me happy drugs. Tools like everything will be okay in the end. Tools like this too shall pass. When you start to stress out like, oh my God, how am I going to get through this paperwork? And then the voice inside goes, this too shall pass. You've always gotten through it in the past. That helps calm you a little bit so you don't deplete your happy drugs. What's some other ones? There's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. Disappointment depletes your happy drugs. Knowing that, okay, I didn't get what I wanted, what else is in store? That raises them back up, okay?
Hey, vitamin C.
Vitamin C for regular vitamin C, and then the second vitamin C, which I lost a lot of this during COVID, Vitamin Connect. People got very depressed during the Great Pause. Did you notice that? Okay, I'm not so sure that the cure was any better than the situation that happened, because we went the whole other extreme and we said nobody can be around each other, and we lost a bunch of that too. So I'm not making
And you
a
connected with a lot of fish during COVID.
That's right. I started fishing because it got me outside, and I would just do these little catch and release things. I would go to find a little pond, and I would catch, and while I was out there in nature, and I would cry a lot. I remember crying a lot, but I would be doing when a fish. Any fisher people here? When a fish hits that lure, let me tell you something. That is dopamine city, right there. You're throwing this thing that's not even alive into the depth of the darkness, the black abyss, and something down the track is so I was super low on drugs during that time, and I got a lot of mine in fishing. You know, Angelina gets a bunch of wonderful kind of drugs when she's doing projects. When I found out during COVID that I was not treating my ADHD, I call it ADHD, by the way, condition versus disability or disorder, so I changed that last one to a C. She goes, well, I struggle too. I need some letters. I'm going to find out. There's got to be something, because once I started treating it, I started feeling so much better than I ever had in my whole life, except with the few times when I was in a new relationship or catching a fish. But anyway, I said, well, I'm going to give you some letters. You're OCPC. She goes, is that a thing? I go, it is now. It's obsessive compulsive project condition. She's constantly looking for something to fix, but that does good stuff for her. These are all fantastic. So I think we covered everything. I want to say one other thing. I heard from a Methodist, a guy that goes to a Methodist church in Charlotte. He said, do you know that God has one of three answers to all of your prayers? I said, well, no, tell me. And he said, one of them is yes, which is the best one. The second one is not right now. And the third one is I have something better. And just thinking about that, it's not really ever a no. It's just a no in the moment. That anything that's good for us is going to manifest eventually because we are one with the Spirit, right? And when it doesn't happen exactly at the timing you want, it will raise your vibration if you go, God has something better. Angela and I both really wanted our first marriages to last forever. And God said, I have something better. Are you feeling a little more high today? Thank you. Thank you. Two or more gathered, take up an offering. Okay. So
Okay, it's now time for our conscious giving, and the people that are picking up the offering, could you guys get going? Okay, there are several ways to provide your tithe or your gift. You can mail it to us at 4100 Benefield Drive, Kettering, Ohio, 45429. You could text the give, which is the one I love. All I have to do is text this number, 937-595-0142, and when the prompt comes up, type give, and it'll ask you how much, put that in, and you're done. You can do that anytime, day or night. You could also go to our website, and that is at www.cslgd.org. And there should be a button there, and you can do it there. Or you could also use our Kroger and Dorothy Lane Market programs. All you have to do is shop there, and you don't, it doesn't cost you anything, they donate. Okay? All right, so let's do our giving statement. It's going to be a call and response, okay? Abundance is mine.
Abundance is mine.
I cannot be deprived of my supply.
I cannot be deprived of my supply.
The trees do not lack for leaves.
The trees do not lack for leaves.
Nor do the flowers fail to bloom.
Nor do the flowers fail to bloom.
I embrace my supply.
I embrace my supply.
And celebrate the abundance that is mine.
And celebrate the abundance that is mine.
Sitting in this beautiful, loving moment, in this bliss, in this beauty, in this wonder, I give so much thanks for all the blessings of this day, of this community, of this service. I am so grateful for all the tithes, for all the money, for all the gifts that people brought and are giving. Thank you. I know that this blesses in so many incredible ways. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so
it is.
Blue sheet. Blue sheet.
You want to do it after the peace song or before the peace song? That's your call.
Yes, I do. We need
That's
something.
what I was thinking. I just wasn't conscious of it in the moment.
Come on, Lindsay, get with it.
Armand and Angelina want everyone to have their music, so they offer their CDs and book at suggested exchange basis. Please take what you desire. I think we have a table back that you want.
That's fine.
Okay, please take what you desire, give from your heart, and feel free to tithe in the future if you don't have it right now.
Did you have a prayer?
Yeah.
Okay. I love it. You have to have structure in order how to break it properly.
Yeah. Okay, last week I did the whole sermon on affirmative prayer. And we as a congregation wrote 2 affirmative prayers together. And I said last week that at the end of every service for the next few Sundays, we're going to do those prayers. And I had them at the door pass out typed sheet of the prayers that we did.
Go ahead. I'll go ahead.
So, let me see, how do I want to do this? Okay, center yourself and get, let yourself feel that deep calmness. We're going to do the world prayer first. And let us say it together, just one line at a time, okay? God is pure peace and love. Just breathe in between. This is a prayer. We don't have to race through. I am one with the divine. Let's go ahead and feel that. I am knowing and experiencing a spiritually healed world. I am deeply grateful. I release this into the universe, trusting it is done, and so it is. Okay, we're going to do our community prayer, and I am dyslexic, and I typed this up, and I had a lot of trouble getting things right, and I forgot one of the steps. And it's the gratitude one. It's the fourth one down. So we'll do. We're gonna add it in. Yeah. So sorry about that. Okay. This is our community prayer. God is everywhere present. I am one with God. We are a community of prosperity, love, and peace, and it is reflected in all of our financial affairs. This is the one I'm adding in. I am deeply grateful. I release these words knowing that it has already happened.
Yes. I will say this, the affirmation, affirmative prayer that you did at the end of the offering. I've never heard a stronger, more turbocharged giving prayer than that one. That was just really something. Y'all came up with that, right? That's your,
Abundance is mine.
the one that you did earlier.
Abundance is mine.
That's Ernest.
Well, I don't think many centers do that one. I don't remember. Maybe I'm just hearing it for the first time again. All right. So do y'all sing the peace song at the end? What do y'all usually do? Let's sing the peace song. Do y'all say, let there, yes there is, now there is? What do you say? Let there be peace. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that reminder. Do what you do.